We're going live.
Yes, yes.
What is up, everybody? This is your boy, Bread Like a King Made us Kelvin Lee. This is a DFPN exclusive. We are coming to you live here today on the heels of a new release from the homie. Here to my right
Yes, sir.
goes by the name of Mr. E. Smitty. He is the soul man of That Feeling, uh, host of That Feeling podcast networks, Real Food, co-host of the Den podcast on DFPN. Which right about now, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
We got the sponsors here for DFPN. Get the plugs. Audio Swim and Premier Elements. Shout out to all of our sponsors for the plugs.
Yes.
Go to gettheplugs.com and you will be able to get a pair of these bad boys. They do Sezzle payments. If you don't know what Sezzle is, you don't have to pay the whole thing up front. You can pay it in installments. You can get a pair of these things. Enter in code INT15 and they will get you a pair of these premium quality headphones, which I use to listen to one of the reasons that we're going to, well, the main reason that we're going to be talking today. You recently put out a single, a fire ass single produced by Clint Taylor.
Thank you, brother.
Called Yo Pretty Azz.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
this is this was a whole vibe, man. And for those of you who don't know Clint Taylor, I urge you to go to itsclinttaylor.com. He is a very, very dope ass producer.
Yes.
He is That Feeling. So go check this brother out. Follow him on It's Clint Taylor at It's Clint Taylor on IG. He does live mixes, live beats. And you had the fortunate task of working with him.
Beautiful.
On one, because this is your second album, the Itis. You and him are a collective group called Itis.
Yes.
What does that stand for?
ITIS stands for, the acronym is Intense Taste and Soul.
How'd y'all come up with that name? Because that is a very unique name.
You know what? Actually, the general MRKSX, he hit me up. I guess it's a couple of years ago now, and he was like, "Yo, I want, I think you and Clint should get together for like to form a group." And I was like, silently like, thank you, because he had told me about Clint prior to that, and just the vibe that he had, I just knew like it was going to be beautiful. But he was like, "Yo, y'all need to come up with a name," and then he came up with a couple of names. And he said, Daddy's Whiskey and blah blah blah. Then one day he hit me up. He was like, Itis, because he was like, it was just so drenched in soul. That's why he said Daddy's Whiskey, but he said Itis. And then he was like, okay. And then he came up with the acronym Intense Taste and Soul, and I was like, shit. And I hit up Clint, like, yo, the general came up with a dope ass name. What you think? Send to him, and he was like, "Yep, that's it." And it's been on ever since. Yeah.
And that's how y'all came up with it. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's a real dope. That's a real dope intro to introducing this. But what I wanted to get out of it, because you put so much of your energy into this shit, E.
Thank you.
I really want the people to get to know who you are. So first things first, who is E. Smitty?
Man,
at his core, who is E. motherfucking Smitty?
Man, man, you know what? E Smitty is a E Smitty at the core of E Smitty is a very, very, very soulful, melodic, very loyal, very self-motivated, very like much so when it comes to music. The conviction of E. Smitty is when you hear E. Smitty on a Itis song or solo song or whoever I'm down with, the conviction would be totally there. Like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, I really and I don't say this, and hopefully you and others feel this. Like, I don't come from a place where it's about a show, but it's about releasing the pain, the joy, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. Man, the conviction. E. Smitty is front and center, and hopefully I can touch on what everybody else is feeling, good or
Right.
bad, good or bad. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And you managed to do that. You managed to do that. You did that on your album, Before You Get Home.
Mm.
There was a lot of pain brought out in that album. You did it throughout the course of I just to me feels like it's like from what you were doing with the Before You Get Home, Itis is like if there was a if Before You Get Home is the sweet innocent little girl,
Mm.
then
Mm.
Itis is the nasty ass older sister. You know what I mean? Like you unleash all that shit through the Itis. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
um
yeah.
what puts you in that in how do you differentiate the two? Is like you have a mode to where you go into with the itis as with your albums, is it more personal or you just it's just you all the way through?
Man, I love that question. Um, with um, with my solo stuff and with Itis, number one, whatever. Well, shout out to Clint and to the multiple producers that I have for my solo stuff. Whatever the beat that he gives me or the other producers give me, it tells me what I need to say,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say totally that when those beats come to me and those tracks come to me, I say exactly what E. Smitty has gone through and is going through and is thinking about what somebody else has gone through. Because I have a an erotic side. I have a dark side. I have love, 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 love. Like and I trip out because I trip out because a lot of my song titles has love in it. I got a serious
Right,
love.
right.
Yeah.
Except this one. So in this one you had your pretty ass, but um the title itself the
Mm.
title itself implies one thing, but if you actually listen to it, it's like, oh yeah, there was a fine ass girl. She had this, all these problems and shit. But man, she was dope. She was fat. She was fine than a motherfucker. And I think
Mm.
every dude can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
man, I hope she doing all right with her fine ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
she was a fucking demon, but man, she was pretty.
And you know what, Mac, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, if you don't mind, I can if I can give you a backstory to that song, and how it was written.
Oh, before we get into that, uh, Willie McCoy Jr., aka Mac, aka your boy. He said the song is
AKA,
dope.
what up? What up? What up?
He said, the song is dope. How did you find your time voice? I get an Anthony Hamilton and Jaheim vibe from your voice.
From that song?
Yeah, from your pretty ass. It does kind of have like a Jaheim
Hmm.
type of
Hmm.
vibe to it.
I
How
like
did
that question.
yeah, how did you come up with that? That is a good question.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. As far as like my voice for that song was it was totally like what I felt. And as far as that, with that, especially that, and I think this is what Mac. What up, Mac? What up, AKA your boy, my G? You know, with that, I said, give me out and how you think, you know, that was just a total vibe of that track. And if I can, and that's a great question that, you know, I can go into like how that song came about. This is gonna be, you know, typical fucking E Smitty and my wild life is I actually Clint sent me that track and I was on my way to I was actually on my way to the pawn shop, believe it or not. I was on my way to the pawn shop. And I could say that I needed the money and I could say that I didn't need the money. I'm just going to leave it right there.
Shit had to go. That's pretty much it. That's the rest of it. Shit had to go.
and I had a TV. I had a TV that I found out later. They was like, "Yo, this is a good TV, but we don't get no money for this shit." And I say, "You know what? Before you give me $20, I'm gonna take this motherfucker back to the crib. Trust me on that." You know what I'm saying? That's some exclusive shit and some real shit. But you know what? But you know what, dog?
I don't need it that bad. Yeah.
No, you keep it all, bro. Yo, but I swear, man, I was driving there and I was playing it, and fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of songs come to me while I'm driving, and I have a tendency to pull out my phone while I'm driving. And but that if I ever decide to stay away from you, you was my downfall, to tell the truth. Pictures and videos to use as proof, but I still can't get over you. You was that bad. I was like driving to the pawn shop. And when I'm inspired, no matter if I'm trying to, if somebody else is with me that's trying to pawn a TV, I still get inspired, right?
Right.
So in saying that, it was a moment where it was like, wow, and it hit me, and that's where that song came from.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So, in keeping up with that, so you're coming out with there's a new album with Itis.
Yes.
What can we expect from this new album?
What we are talking about and we're planning on, we want to surpass the first album as far as like, you know, listeners' pleasure to their ears. You can expect more harmonies, more in depth, a little more social consciousness to it. We got a joint that we did. It's called it's tentatively called Dilla Vibes, and it's like it's reminiscent of of Jay Dilla, rest in peace. And Clint is a product and a child of Jay Dilla, who has his own style. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're gonna after we finish our first album, Clint hit me up. He said, "Man," he said, we want to talk a little bit more to the working class as well. Now, dealing with the pandemic and all that other stuff, it's like it was perfect timing for that Dilla Vibes joint. That it makes sense, but it expects some great great conviction in our music, like we do.
Nice, bro. I can't wait for it. And I know Clint Taylor himself is that man's been putting his soul on all of his shit. So
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm really excited to be in Dayton, to be around that shit.
Oh man.
Cause I already told him, I was like, yo, y'all better keep a microphone handy. Cause if I
Yes,
hear
sir.
if I hear anything, it's going down. It might just go down.
And
You know what I mean?
and you know what, Mac? It needs to, man, because I know you doing me right now, man. No pause, but you have a unique gift and a unique voice to what you do, man. So
Thank you, bro.
yeah, man. Me personally, man. I would be right there. Like, trust me, I'll be cheering you on, bro. Because I know what you do. I know what you do.
Yes, sir. Oh
And you
yeah,
have,
you on half of it anyway. So
hey man, look, I appreciate that, but like, yo, because MRK told me, he said, yo, that dude right there. I remember when you first started as the podcast president. He was like, yo, he doing that thing. He said, but that dude right there got some damn skills like a motherfucker. I was like, okay. And then you you showed it, bro.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. But anything, so that's it, man. That's all I got. Any final thoughts, questions?
Man, just be prepared to hear some great stuff, man. Be prepared to hear some great stuff from Itis, man. Intense Taste and Soul, and just know that every song that comes out is not gonna be something thrown together. It's gonna be well thought out, man. And you gonna vibe, man. You gonna vibe. You gonna vibe. You gonna
Yes,
vibe.
sir.
You gonna
Yes,
vibe.
sir.
For real, for real.
And I know we all looking forward to it. I know when it comes out, it's gonna be dope as fuck. So I know everybody's gonna enjoy it once they hear it. But that's it, man. That's all I got. From my side, make sure y'all go. Actually, we're gonna have a real food collection on our Teespring coming up soon too. So that's another part that he's actually
Nice.
involved in.
Nice.
So go to teespring.com/store/Dat Feelin Podcast. There's a whole bunch of gear, merchandise there. So make sure y'all go cop that. Make sure y'all go to our Patreon. And that is www.patreon.com/Dat Feelin Podcast, which
Yes,
this
sir.
interview will be going on there later. And we're doing it live right now for the people to see and interact with. But let me see if we got any more comments.
Yeah.
Bring
Bring them all. Bring them all. Bring them all.
He said big pause.
Yeah, I know.
And from the homie Gibby, he says, bread like a king is stay in rotation. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. And he said, looking forward to Itis. Love this cut, yo, pretty ass. That's from the homie Gibby, Mike Gibson.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
But
Thank
yeah, man, keep doing thing, bro. We definitely out here looking for it. So I know once it comes, hopefully my album comes out before then, because me and you have like a couple fucking great joints on that bitch.
Yeah,
I'm trying to finish that shit so it's out, but I wanna put it out the right way, because there's shit on there, including some shit you on that is some hard hitting shit. So I'm looking forward.
we already, we talked about, not to put too much out there. I'm a code it, but me and you, we talk, and some. We keep it right there. Also, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be like really crazy as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I appreciate look, I appreciate anybody taking time to even listen to anything that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Real talk.
Look at this shit. Y'all need to get on some best of both worlds shit.
Hey, say no more. Say less. Say less. Say less. Say less.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Hey Mac, man, we about to look. We all about to. And look, let me say this right here. I was thinking about this today. Willie was Mac, aka your boy. He was one of the first people to say, like, yo, we're gonna meet up one day all together. He said that. He said that on one of the texts. And guess what? You know, we're about to.
That day is Friday. That day is this Friday.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm
That shit
saying?
gonna be
So
crazy, bro. That shit gonna be crazy.
it's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be beautiful, man, because you know we connected no matter everything that we dealt with, we're still family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And we're gonna be right there to see each other. And the
Yes,
love is
sir.
gonna be there, man. So it's gonna be crazy, man. You know?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be nice, bro. But that's it, man. That's the show. Thank y'all for tuning in to the DFPN That Feeling Podcast Network here live on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that has interacted with us on both platforms.
Yes.
So again, stay tuned for the new Itis album with Smitty and Clint Taylor. If you were looking through the bottom on the ticker, there is the info. Yo Pretty Azz by Smitty is available on all streaming sites right now. So go check that out. If you're looking at the ticker, it's spelled just like that. Go look for it. Bump that shit.
That's right.
All right?
and spell that as AZZ. And the ZZ is for Zebulon Z-Town, man. I had to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But thank y'all for tuning in. God bless y'all. Be creative. Go fucking register to vote. And we'll end it on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.